Hi, I'm Sheilaa Hite, world-class astrologer, tarot master, spellcaster, medium, and all-around magical being. And I'm here today to talk to you about this week's astrology. So this week, the key word, the key energy is Mercury. Mercury is the planet of communication, the planet of conduits, getting from one place to another, the planet of how we gather and process information. So Mercury figures in 3 of the impacts this week, and so therefore making it a week about just that, communication, outward communication, inward communication. So we'll start with today, Monday. Today, Monday, Mercury is sextile the planet Jupiter. Now, sextile means it's an opportunity aspect, meaning if you do nothing with the available energy, the sextile opportunity energy, nothing will happen. But if you choose to work with the sextile opportunity energy, something can happen. And this time, Mercury, how we gather and process information, is sextile in communication with the planet Jupiter, the planet of expansion, the planet of luck, the planet of blessings, the planet of far sight, the philosophical energy of life. So, think and plan bigger. That's the message for today. And a reminder here, today, it's not just about today, it takes effect for the next 2 to 3 days. So at the beginning of this week, plan bigger, think bigger. This aspect invites you to expand your vistas, to expand how you see things, how you perceive life. So do yourself a favor and get grand about it and see what happens. Better to ask for a lot and not receive as much than to not ask for enough when you could have gotten more. Now, some aspect of that philosophy is the one that I live by, and it works really well for me. So the next aspect we're going to look at happens on Tuesday. The planet Venus is also in a sextile relationship with the planet Pluto. Venus, relationships, women, balance, healing, value, especially self-value, money, and many other wonderful things. Sextile in an opportunity relationship with Pluto. Pluto transformation, Pluto depth of being, Pluto intense, wonderful healing. So Venus, which rules healing, is in an opportunity aspect with Pluto, which also rules healing. This is a time when you can go deep within, you can bring out the things that you need to bring out, you can look at them instead of having them operate behind the scenes in your brain and basically hijacking your life. So what you want to do with Venus sextile Pluto is you want to take the time to find out what your values are, where you need to, in a sense, where you need to reassure yourself, where you need to make sure that you're on track with you and your life plan. It's a great time for relationships, but please make these relationships, let's not make them so conditional. Let's find out what their real value is. Not only relationships to you, but you with others. What is your real value to them? The next day that we have an aspect that we need to pay attention to is indeed the next day. It's the planet Mercury, there's Mercury again, and it's called conjunct, that is together with the dwarf planet Eris. Eris is an interesting planet. It is not Aries, it's Eris. And Eris she brings a lot of uncomfortable truths to the fore. And uncomfortable truths that need to be said. She brings them up. And so she's going to reveal these hard, uncomfortable truths. And what we need to do is not get into an argument about them. Because most people are unconscious about uncomfortable truths. and their responsibility in dealing with them properly, and they take it as a personal attack, and then everything gets really, really screwed up. So when Eris brings these uncomfortable truths up, let's think positive, let's be positive, and let's not take it personally. That is to say, let's not view it as a personal attack. Let's see what gift, what value it has for you. And then the last big aspect of this week happens on Saturday, and it involves Mercury too. So, but this time, it's not the aspect, it's what Mercury's doing. Mercury is moving, it's traveling. It's leaving the sign Aries, and it's moving into the sign Taurus. So, although Mercury is the swift messenger, Taurus is the stubborn bull. And there can be a contest of wills in your mind and in the minds of other people. You might decide something with Mercury and Taurus. You can make a decision. Other people may not agree with that decision, and you wind up fighting. It's not necessary. What you need to do is, because Mercury, the mind, is coming together with Taurus. Taurus is ruled by the planet Venus. And as I said about Venus earlier, it definitely rules values. What value does this thought or this idea or this plan have for me? Where can we meet in the middle? Because Venus also rules balance and harmony and diplomacy. Where can we meet in the middle with this? So flexibility is a good thing. Trying not to get into arguments is an excellent way to use your energy. And even better than trying not to get into arguments, understand that arguments can happen and don't go there. You do not have to be right all the time. You want peace, not peace at the cost of yourself, but peace. Most things that we get upset about aren't worth our energy. And one of the things that Taurus rules is your self-value, because it's ruled by the planet Venus. What about me? What is my self-value? So, yes, there will be things you have to take care of. There will be things you have to stick up for, but you don't have to fall down and roll around in the dirt and fight about it. So, on that note, I'm going to talk about one other thing. Next week, early next week, we have a full moon. So in order to get ready for it, start about Friday and setting your cup or glass in the windowsill so that the cup or glass needs to have water in it, and it needs to be covered because you don't want critters swimming in it. And you're going to set it in the windowsill or anywhere where the rays of the moon can come in. And you're going to leave that there, and we'll talk a little bit more about it next week, but it should be in the windowsill or near the rays of the moon. And if you don't have an opening, a window or an opening where the rays of the moon can come in, a wall is fine because the energy or rays of anything move through the wall. So set out your moon water towards the end of the week and have a great, wonderful week. Until next week, bye.